Hello everyone, welcome to our channel TechSet. Here we learn about AEM. We also have a Medium blog where you can get more information related to AEM topics. The link is provided in the description below. As you know already, we have learned how to install AEM and how do we publish the sample content within AEM from author to publish environment. Today we will be seeing some of the AEM authoring concepts and how do we manage sites and pages from the desktop to mobile devices, and how do we publish those to the publish environment. Let us jump into the topics one by one. Now let's see some of the AEM authoring concepts. Log into AEM using admin credentials. Once you log in, you will be landed onto store.html. Store.html is the first dashboard that you see once you log in successfully into AEM. AEM is basically used or enabled with a touch UI, which is used to interact with different gestures like tap, touch, or swipe. That means you can also use AEM author instance not only for desktop but also for mobile and iPad devices to author the content and to navigate through the different dashboards. AEM basically has two different types of navigations. The top navigation, which is called header navigation, and the left navigation, which is called as global navigation. Again, the global navigation is of two different panels. One is navigation and other one is tools panel. You can see the names here. This is tools panel and this gives a navigation panel. Now let's see each individual panels. Now let's start with the header navigation. It contains on the left side a logo with a title Adobe Experience Manager, and the right side with different icons which are used in a different way. First, search icon, which is used to search the content within this AEM instance, and you have one icon which describes different solutions available within the Adobe Cloud, and you also have an help icon where you get different help links or quick links, I can say, to the community, customer care, and the documentation links, everything. And there is a notification bell icon where if you have pending tasks or pending workflows which are needed your attention, will be highlighted here. And the last one is the profile icon where you see the current login information of the particular user, and you can also impersonate. You can learn about this impersonate later. You can impersonate with as an other user, and you have one more a link for preferences. The user can click on it and see all the preferences that are presently available, and also you can change the preferences if needed. And you can also land into the profile information where you will be seeing all the details of the user that is logged in into the current instance. You also have a sign out button. Once you click on this, you will be taken back to the initial login page. Now let us see about the main navigation. It contains, as I said, two panels. One is main global navigation and other is tools navigation. If you go to the global navigation, you have different icons below like projects, sites, experience fragments, assets, and personalization. Let's see what is the significance of each of these icon and how they can be managed, how they are used within AEM. First, coming to the projects. Projects is something uh, which shows you the virtual dashboards, the dashboards like the access to the resources to different tasks or workflows that are initiated, and these can be assigned as a group of team, right, to achieve the common goal. Let's see, if you go and click on it, you have a master project that has been created already. Within this project, you can create several tasks, several folders again to manage something across the team as a common objective. Next, when coming to the sites, sites is basically used to manage your entire website structure. That means all the pages within the website. If you click on the sites, it will be navigated to the site structure where different sites can be managed. Here, if you see, there is only one site that has been created or available now within the local instance, but you can also manage the multiple sites within the same sites dashboard. And when you navigate to the main root page, this is called a root page of that particular site, and when you click on each of these, it will be showing the child pages under that particular root path. And similarly, you can click on any of these child, again it shows that specific child pages for the current what is a parent path. This is how a site can be managed and create different pages as a tree structure. That's how the site's dashboard or the console is used within AEM. We will look into the site management in a different section in the same video, but this is a brief overview on the sites. Coming to the next icon or the next dashboard that we want to see is experience fragments. What exactly an experience fragment? Experience fragment is something where you create some reusable experiences which can be used across the channels. It contains a concept called master and variations. We will see again these experience fragment entire section of this in a different video, but all the experience fragments will come under this particular dashboard or console. And this also contains a parent and root structure where you can create different folders, and under different folders you can create different experiences like header, footer, and sign in, sign out. These are the sample experiences that came with the weekend sample content. That's how the experience fragments are managed in AEM. And coming to the assets dashboard, where you can upload, create, edit different assets like assets like PDF, images, videos, and different files also like Excel's documents can also be uploaded within these assets, and these are managed under this dashboard under file section. Let us load that, and you have the master folder, like let's say a weekend site. Under weekend you can create subfolders, and under subfolders you can upload all the assets using this dashboard or the console. And coming to the again, when I clicked on it, it landed me to the root page where I can go to the assets back, and you can also create the collections in these particular dashboard, and you can share it with other people using the share links, and you can see all the jobs that are running within the assets console. To go to the main menu, you can click on this back, and you will be landing onto the main navigation again. And there is the last one, you can see here, personalization. Here you can create different personalized content, and you can configure all the required personalization data that can be shown based on the context or based on the maybe different criteria to the end user. That's how the personalization experiences come into picture. And if based on the audiences, you can show experience fragment offers and activities that you can configure here. Based on the instance type and the license that you get, you can see several other dashboards within this main navigation, like commerce, forms, communities, so which is used to create the blogs and communities section, and forms, which is used to create the reusable forms within AEM. So that's how the main navigation can be helpful to navigate throughout the AEM dashboards. Let us understand about the tools navigation. Again, tools navigation has their subcategories or sub navigations that is divided to categorize them into different sections basically. And every each link has the specific usage and have a specific console map to it, and we will learn about these individual consoles while using them in different videos in detail. Coming to the general section, which contains general usage that that you do uh, in developing activities or managing the content repositories, and these are some specialized tools that helps the admin to create and navigate through the content repository in different ways. Coming to the workflows, these is one more section where you can manage the workflows, and you can see all the workflows that are running within the AEM, and you can see all the status of the workflows like archived workflows, and what are the launchers that are mapped to the workflows and the failure workflows. All the different consoles of the workflows can be managed within this tool section. And coming to the sites, similarly, which is related to the sites functionality. And then assets, these are the some of the tools that are used by the asset, like creating the metadata profiles, creating and managing the schemas, and running the workflows to the assets. And there is something called connected asset configuration that you can do. You can also generate the reports across the assets, and many more. And then resources, these are some of the documentation links that are useful for the developers and the authors to use and utilize from the Adobe side. And the deployment, these are some of the uh, tools that are used to package and deploy the content to the publishers, or to distribute the content and sync the content between the AEM instances. And comes to the security, there are different concepts within the security, like users, groups, and permissions, authentication mechanisms. All these are managed within these particular tool configurations. And cloud services, you can integrate with the other cloud services like legacy cloud services it supports, and then publishing to the YouTube, dynamic media, brand portal, Azure configurations. All these external cloud services configurations can be mapped and managed through this tools configuration. And that's about the tools navigation, and we'll learn more on these topics one by one in the future videos. Now let us learn about sites management. Where sites dashboard is one of the important dashboard within AEM, where you can manage all the information about your website, like web pages. You can structure the web pages by creating the pages from root path to the level that you want to, maybe to the level 4 or level 5 child pages, right? Using different templates. There are several options you have within this sites console. If you select a single page, you can see other options are enabled on top of this navigation bar, like create, edit, properties, and log the page, copy the page, move the page from one to other location, quick publish, like publishing the site quickly and restoring the page, delete the page. So from this console, you can do all these operations by one click action. And you also have a option called select all. Like, let's say if you select all, then all the pages are selected, and there are actions present for these particular selected pages. And you also have a content rail, where you can see different content data or content metadata that I can say for this selected page. Let's say now if you want to only see the content only, then it displays the content just to that particular page, like title and name. And if you see content tree, then it shows entire page structure from a root page to the child pages as a tree structure. You can navigate to these tree structure using the content tree here. And if you see click on the timeline option, then you will be seeing when the page is created and who is the creator of that particular page and the timing of the page. Coming to the references option, if you select this particular page and go to references, you can see where all these pages are referred, like incoming links. This is referred in these links under like 43 references you can see here. And coming to the site, then you can see you can enable the front-end pipeline section. This is one more a different topic entirely. You can also see the filter section where you can filter the data using the some search criteria under sites and under content, right? And you can go back here and select the analytic. You can also set up the analytics for this particular selected pages. And this is how the site console can be used to manage your content, to edit the content, and to publish the content to the um, publisher. And you also have one more button, say for creating the pages, sites and templates and live copies and launch language copy and importing as a CSV report. And you also have a button to actually align this particular sites console using different views, like let's say card view, which shows all the cards of that particular site, and then list view where you can see the list of items, and if you click on it, it will go to the child level list of items. Now you understood how site management console can be used to manage the content site. Now let's see how actually the site structure can be formed and create the pages and edit them at the same time in the site management console. Let's go to the site management console again and let us create a sample page now. I'm just creating under language master en, and here parallel to about us, let me create a test page. For that, click on create and then go to page. Now there will be a dashboard, different dashboard showing different templates with available within this particular site. You can enable or disable whatever templates that you want to show on this particular dashboard, that is customizable totally. But as per this section or this for this tutorial, we'll just concentrate on the creation of the page using the template, and how to create the template, what are the different templates and what exactly a template, we'll learn in the future videos. I'm selecting a content page template. Simply you can select any template and click on next. Then you will be seeing a form. This form is called page properties form. That means what are the properties that are associated to the page can be given here, and there are some mandatory properties and there are optional properties that you can give. When you see star, that means it is something mandatory. So if you see there is a help icon, you can see what exactly this particular property is and why we need to give this. It defines the page meta title for SEO as well as a title displayable in the page content unless an overriding page title is defined. So it is pretty easy to understand these definition and then give some title. Let's say testing page creation, and see there is only one mandatory field I can give and just go and click create. That's it. If you want to open the particular page which you have created, you can click on open, and if you want to see that in the sites dashboard, you can just click on the done. Now if I am clicking on the done button, so it goes to the site management dashboard where you can see the testing page creation which has been created now with the name and title. And when you select it, you can see all the properties related to that particular page, like title and the name, which is converted into the small cases with the same title and without the spaces. and the template which we have selected, content page template, and the time and who has been modified, who has created it, and which language, whether it is published or not to the publish environment. Now let us see how we can edit this particular page and have some component configurations added to that particular page according to our custom components. Click on it and click on edit option from the about toolbar. Once I click on this edit option, you will be landing onto a page where you see all the default configurations that are with the template are seen on the page, like header with magazine, adventures, FAQs, about us, and testing page creation, which is what we have created, and this is automatically generated using the logic that has been built around the weekend site. But now let us concentrate on the configuring the components across this page. How do you configure a new component here? You have a component browser. Click on this rail again and then go to the component browser where you can see component tree structure. This shows what are the components that are available, and in the plus icon where you can see all the different components which are available with the weekend site. You can configure any of the component. Now for example, I just want to configure some text component. Drag and drop that, and just once you drag and drop a component, you will see several options after clicking on that particular component, like edit, configuration, and styles, style guide, and you can also have a copy cut. All these options are available for the component configuration. Once you come onto this page and just configure the component, click on it, and then give the required properties. It opens a dialog. The component can have a different type of properties for each and every component. It varies, so you can give the required properties here. Like let's say just some testing text component, and you can give id as 123, and you can give any styling if you want to have a default styling, and paragraph is like paragraph small, large, or something. Then you just click on done. You can just see that particular text which I have which I have given in this dialog has been populated onto the page. In the similar way, you can also configure a component by clicking a plus icon here within this drag and drop parses component, and where you can see different options. Again, I will configure an image component. Now you can see image component has been drag and drop here, and you can see again an option to configure the images, different images. Now I can go to the images from this left rail here on first section which says assets, and then I can click on the image and drag and drop an image onto this. Why? It says inherit featured image from page. No, I don't want to inherit from the page. I just want to drag and drop here, and you can give some metadata or link to that particular image. Let's say I want to link it to the US EN page, and I want to open a new tab, and I want to give 234 is the ID, and click OK. Okay, you have one more option that is mandatory, so that's why it is not able to configure it. It says please provide an asset which has description that can be used in alt text. So here for accessibility purpose, we should be giving the some description, like say alt text by image, then the image is visible on the page. So this is how a page and a component configuration can be done, and you can see this particular page how it is viewed for the end users by clicking on this option and then view as publish. Now if you see, there is no editor options that you can see, and there is no configuration dialogues or drag and drop component parses, you cannot see all those stuff in this particular um, view as published mode, which is end user mode. Here you can see the text component configured and the image component that is configured. Coming back to our editor page, you have several other options. Like when you click on it, you have properties that are already existing, and also you can create or edit the existing properties. When you click on it, it will be landing onto the properties page, and you can change the title, you can provide different tags, and you can provide page title, navigation title, subtitle, description to this particular page. And there are other several advanced options. You can also have the image configured to the specific page and the thumbnail that is already there. And what are the cloud services configurations that are available, you can add it here to this particular page. Personalization options, and the blueprint and live copy, which is a different topic. All 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 around, like you can just configure this blueprint. And progressive web apps, you can also configure the details related to the progressive web apps. So in this way you can edit or modify the page properties from this page properties option. And you also have something called rollout page, where the changes can be rolled out to different live copies. You can also start a workflow. You can log the page. If you log the page, it indicates that you are working on this particular page, and no other author can edit or change the properties of that particular page. And there is one option called publish option, we will see in the next section. Unpublish option and edit template. Here we used the content template. You can also go and edit the template from this particular option. uh, it opens an template editable template dashboard, where you can see different view, and you can see what are the components that are allowed here. We will see the template section more in detail in other video, so I'm skipping this now. And you have help section, view in admin section, and there is one more option on the right side of it. You can see different modes, where you can see the particular page that you have opened, like edit mode, layout mode, and developer mode. If you see in the developer mode, you can see all the developer related structure in these left navigation, like the different components, different containers that you have, which a developer wanted to see. And if you go to the layout mode, you can see and configure the different layouts. Again, this layout section we will be seeing in the next section of the video. How do you configure the layout for particular desktop or iPad or mobile views? And you also have a preview section, where you can see the preview of the page without going into the view as publish mode. That is how you can manage the content and edit the pages within AEM using the page manager. And also you can edit the page properties using the page properties console or the dialog. Now let us see how we can create and edit the pages for mobile. For this, first you need to navigate to the layout mode, and then you can select the device that you want to design your layout. I'm here selecting iPhone 8, which is mobile device, and I can just click on the component, and I can edit or hide this particular component for this device. And then I can also see the um horizontal and vertical views like this for that particular device. And I can also change the layout of this device, like I can just select the only the 3 columns for that particular device. I can see the layout has been changed to occupy this particular image entirely to the half section. And then I can also see that in the other view by rotating it. And I can also see for the iPad how it looks. And if I don't want this image component to be shown for the iPad device, I can just hide it, and now you can see that our component is not available anymore for the iPad device. You can see that is available for desktop and the mobile, but not for iPad. So this is how you can edit the content for and layout it for the mobile and iPad devices. Now coming on to the last section of this particular tutorial, publishing the pages. What exactly is publishing? Again, creating the content is done in the author system, whereas publishing or end user view can be used in the publisher system. To publish the content from author to publish, we have several mechanisms or several places from where we can do it. If you open the author page, let's go to the sites management first, where you have different site structure. I'm just selecting the page that has been created. We have two options. First is quick publish, which quickly publishes the page immediately, and there is something called as manage publish. Once you click on manage publish, you have different options shown onto the page with the properties like publish or unpublish. If you want to unpublish the particular page, you can select unpublish, whereas if you want to publish the page, you can select the publish action, and you can also schedule to publish that particular page immediately or later, anytime or any date, specific date and time that you mention. So it will, this particular page will be publishing on the specific date and time. As of now, I'm just selecting schedule now and then next click, and you can select the page that you want to publish and click on the publish. This is one way of doing it, and other way, just click on the quick publish option. And there is also one more option by clicking on the edit and then just go to edit option and desktop view. If you see, there is an option called as publish page from these properties. So I can just click on the publish. That's it. The page is published to the publish environment. So these are the different options that how you can publish a specific page from the sites console and on the page console. This is the end of the tutorial. We will come up with authoring part 2. We'll see more authoring details within the AEM dashboard. All the links are provided in the description box. You can check out, and if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video.